welcome back to Crypto Saving I've not even got the microphone in front of me. Hello and welcome back to Crypto Saving Experts, where we talk about the latest cryptocurrency news and take a look at the markets so that we all know exactly what is happening. My name is Jess and we do these live streams every single weekday, so if you are new here or you haven't yet, please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell notification button. We have some exciting things to do today. For those of you that don't follow us or don't know that we have put out a competition on Twitter. We had a new course released on the Crypto Saving Expert website within the last couple of weeks, and now I am going to be able to pick a winner of a competition we've been launching on Twitter, and at some point throughout the stream I'm going to be announcing the winner to that competition, so I'm very excited to show you guys that. In fact, I should pull it up on the screen so we can all see what we are looking at. If you want to enter into these competitions, make sure to follow us on Twitter so you can stay up to date with what's going on, and also if you go to the Crypto Saving Expert website and you sign up, you get entered into some giveaways as well. So let's take a look at this tweet here. Let's pull it up onto this tab here so you can see what we're talking about. So there was a new course, Liquid Staking, launched on the Crypto Saving Expert, and we have a $100 giveaway. And the winner is announced today on this live stream. Now, the person that wins this giveaway has 24 hours to claim the giveaway, and if they do not, we double it and give it to the next person. So it's all getting pretty exciting. We're going to keep rolling on those rewards if they don't get claimed. So the prize pool could get pretty big if we continue with this. So it's very exciting. It's a new strategy that we're trying out today. So hopefully one of you guys that are watching win that so that you can claim the prize. Let's take a look at this anyway and see what's going on. Quick sip of my coffee. We've got Bitcoin sat at $26,650 this morning, up 1% in the last 24 hours, and we have Ethereum up just 0.3% to 1,844. Now, it's been a turbulent week to say the least, and it's reached Friday. It feels like this week has been around a year long. There's been so much going on, so much news to keep up on, but you guys that have been here every single day this week are the ones that are going to learn about the industry and learn what's going on here, and staying up to the date with the cryptocurrency news is so important to help build your knowledge within the cryptocurrency space. So well done for sticking around during this turbulent time. I know a lot of traders have been liquidated this week. It's been very, very choppy, a lot of liquidations in the market. But those that stick to the end and can't continue through are the ones that will make it. As I always say, there's so many people in crypto. If any of you have ever experienced losses, I don't think I've ever spoke to someone in crypto that hasn't experienced a loss before. Experiencing losses is part of the journey. And I had a nice quote yesterday. It was like, you only learn from pain, and if you don't learn, you'll get the lesson again. So we do learn from our losses and our liquidations, but we get through them and we continue to learn, and those that stick around during the hard times are the ones that get to reap all of the rewards in the bull markets. Thankfully, I've not been trading this week. It's been very, very volatile. I've just not had time for it. But I understand there's been a lot of liquidations this week, so well done for us sticking around. Let's take a look at what's going on with the cryptocurrency news today anyway and see what's happening. Enough of the waffle, Jess. Let's get on with it. So we can see here, Binance.us suspends US dollar deposits due to banking partners pausing fiat channels. Obviously, we all know the problems that are going on in the US right now. There is a lawsuit against Binance with lots of accusations being made there. Let's once again compare the two lawsuits here. So there's one against Coinbase and there's one against Binance. There's a fundamental problem in the cryptocurrency industry in the US, and that is that we lack the clarification to determine whether assets are commodities or securities. Now, with that lack of clarity, it means that some companies think they are a commodity, whereas the SEC are now classifying them as securities. And when there's that problem and that overlap, it means that the cryptocurrency exchanges like Binance and Coinbase are offering unregistered securities if these assets are deemed as securities. And when that happens, we then have the big exchanges in trouble. So that's the first problem that both these companies have: offering unregistered securities and operating as an unregistered securities exchange. So that's the two things common with these lawsuits. But Binance have got that extra level to theirs as well. So they've been accused of allowing US citizens on the Binance.com platform, and they've been accused of mixing up funds between Binance and Binance.com, whereas that should be two separate entities. So they're the problems that we are seeing within Binance right now. Coinbase has its own problems, but Binance's case is much bigger. So we are seeing banks step away from Binance.US at the moment, and that means that they've had to suspend their USD deposits due to the banking partners. So the banking partners are saying, look, we can't work with you when you've got all of these allegations. We need to step back a second. So they've had to pause those transactions while they try and sort this out. Now, Binance have said they were trying to resolve this lawsuit prior to this whole public announcement and the public lawsuit. But Binance have said, look, the SEC just seemed to want to have headlines. They didn't want to resolve this behind closed doors. They wanted this to be a big problem so that everybody could see that they don't like cryptocurrency. And that is something that I do have to unfortunately agree with. It seems like the SEC are attacking the cryptocurrency industry right now rather than giving clarity on regulation. That is something we will be discussing later in today's stream, how we can get that clarity. But these are the problems that we are facing, and banks aren't going to want to work with cryptocurrency companies that are under that have got such big allegations with them. So these are the big problems that we are seeing here. Now, interestingly, I was listening to Ivan on Tech yesterday, and he was discussing how we can move forward from this, and he compared this to when Spotify started. When Spotify first launched, I don't know how many of you have seen the series on Netflix. It's a really good series, actually, where it talks about how Spotify first started. They didn't have any of the rights to any of the music. It was a big problem. It was just another Pirate Bay, essentially, but free. And they were trying to work out how to do it, and they ended up partnering with the music producers. And he was saying maybe the way that cryptocurrencies will continue and these exchanges will continue is if they partner with the banks. Now, that's a bit counterproductive, but we can see how things need to move forwards, and the SEC aren't going to make it easy for cryptocurrency exchanges to continue on the path they are going down. Now, obviously, we have decentralized exchanges. These centralized exchanges are very useful. They help onboard new users, but we do have decentralized exchanges there as well. Let's take a look though at the next article here. We have seen problems similar to this in Australia. We've also seen the prices fluctuate on Binance US massively within the last couple of days, and that's actually created an arbitrage opportunity as well there. So prices of Bitcoin and Ethereum are lower on. Am I freezing? Somebody's just said the stream connection is not great. It looks like it's okay on my end, but let me know in the chat if the stream quality isn't too good and I'm lagging a little bit. So we've seen some arbitrage opportunities on Binance.US at the moment, where the prices of cryptocurrencies on Binance.US are higher than on their competitors within the region. So some people are seeing that as an arbitrage opportunity, buying Bitcoin on another exchange, sending it to Binance.US, selling it for a higher price, and then sending it back and rinsing and repeating that strategy essentially. So that's what's happening there. We need to keep an eye on this. We obviously have seen the SEC trying to freeze Binance US's assets. So it's all going on. It's all a bit crazy. We need to keep an eye on it. Let me know if everything's freezing or everything's okay in the chat. And also, before we continue with today's stream, please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell notification button so you don't miss the latest cryptocurrency news. We do these live streams every single weekday, and make sure you don't miss it. As I said, it's been a turbulent week this week, and we need to stay up to date with what's going on in the news to predict what's happening next. It's been absolutely chaotic, but I'm here reading the articles every single day and giving you my best insights as much as I can every single day. So make sure not to miss it and hit subscribe. And if you are following along over on Twitter, I have also put a tweet out with a link to the YouTube video as well. So if you wouldn't mind popping over to YouTube and pressing like and subscribe, that would be really, really helpful. Let's take a look at what else is going on here, and soon we will be announcing the winner to that giveaway over on Twitter. Let me set a reminder so that we don't forget. Let's get that all sorted. Let's do it in 5 minutes time. We'll do it. So the SEC chair Gensler allegedly offered to work as Binance advisor in 2019. Now we have spoke about this. So Binance have said that the SEC chairman Gary Gensler wanted to be a unofficial advisor for the company in 2019. Now, Binance did not go ahead with this. We have seen contradicting reports, though. Wall Street Journal has reported that Binance approached Gary Gensler. So we have two opposing opinions there. Did Binance approach Gary Gensler, or did Gary Gensler approach Binance? At the end of the day, it never happened. The complaint here, though, is that if Gary Gensler approached Binance and Binance said no. Is that a conflict of interest in this lawsuit? So Binance are trying to say that Gary Gensler should take a step away from these lawsuits and shouldn't be involved because of that conflict of interest. Obviously, if it's the other way around, it's slightly different. But we have these debates going on. When I first read this news, I thought, surely it doesn't matter too much. But that is a good point to make. There is a conflict of interest in there. Gary Gensler, obviously, a chairman of the SEC. I can understand why Binance didn't take him on if it was Gary Gensler approaching Binance. Obviously, this was before he became the SEC, the chairman of the SEC. But Gary Gensler changes his opinion from one year to the next as to whether assets are commodities or securities, and if he doesn't know and if he doesn't understand all the rules, how are we supposed to? I heard a good analogy yesterday around the blockchain. The guy that runs it, he was saying the analogy here is that Coinbase, imagine a road, right? A road with no speed signs on. Nobody knows what the speed limit is for this road. And people are just driving down quickly because there's no speed limit. Coinbase are the ones going at 5 miles per hour, flashing, begging for signals, begging for a speed limit because they don't want to get a speeding ticket. And they're the ones that have been charged. The ones that are begging for clarity are the ones in trouble here. And it's really, really contradicting. But let's take a look at the next article here. We can see here that Berenberg Capital cuts Coinbase's price target to $39 after the SEC lawsuit. So they've reduced it from $55 to $39. And this is obviously after the SEC filed a lawsuit against Coinbase. Now, Coinbase is a public company, so we will see more price predictions around that. The ticker for Coinbase is Coin. If you want to check that out, they launched as a public company about a year and a half ago. They obviously now have been charged with operating an unregistered exchange and offering unregistered securities. So that's what's going on there. But let's move on to the next one here and see what else is going on. We have court orders US SEC to state stance on Coinbase's rulemaking petition. So this is the news we like to see. We do have some sort of positivity around here. Before we get into this article, please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell notification button so you don't miss the latest cryptocurrency news. We do these live streams every single weekday. Let's see how many likes we've got so far on today's stream. We have 10. Let's try and get to 20 before we finish today's stream. When we hit 20, I'll do the giveaway. I'll pick the giveaway winner from that tweet. If you're not aware of what I'm talking about with this giveaway, we do giveaways over on Twitter, and we have a giveaway right now for people that have completed the course on the Crypto Saving Expert website. It is a completely free course. If you complete it and share a screenshot in the comments to that tweet, you are up for the opportunity to win $100 giveaway. Now, the person that wins this giveaway has 24 hours to claim that $100, and if they don't, we roll it on to the next person. So there'll be another $100 giveaway soon, and they'll be able to win $200, and it'll continue rolling. So the prize pool could get pretty big because we're announcing the winners here on these live streams. So if they're not watching, they could miss out. So we're going to do many more like this. It's very exciting, a new thing we're going to do here. Let's take a look at this article anyway and see what's going on. Let's do that a little bit later. Let's do that in 5 minutes. So the court ordered US SEC to state stance on Coinbase's rulemaking petition. The court have given the SEC 7 days to disclose if it had decided to deny Coinbase's petition, and if not, how much time it needs to determine its stance. So Coinbase have created a petition to try and get clarity on regulation in the US. Now, interestingly, before all of this kicked off this week, on Saturday or Sunday last weekend, we did see a draft bill in the US that really helped us determine whether an asset was a commodity and should be regulated by the CFTC, or a security and should be regulated by the SEC. And there was a really split, clean and clarity around that divide between the assets in that draft bill. Now, that's kind of been ignored. It's been snowed under after everything we've been battling this week. But that's the sort of thing that we are petitioning for here. We can see, according to a tweet by Coinbase CLO, the court asked the US securities regulator if the lawsuit against the exchange meant it had decided to deny the pending petition for rulemaking. And the SEC unveiled charges against Coinbase on Tuesday. We all know this. And while the SEC has brought an enforcement action against Coinbase, the agency still needs to provide a concrete response to the exchange's mandamus petition on regulatory clarity filed in July 22. So the regulator's most recent filing for the petition revealed revealed that it is not ready to respond to the request and insisted the court deny the petition as the firm should not demonstrate such a right. The regulator added the kind of concise rules Coinbase sought for the cryptocurrency industry would take time, and until then, securities laws will be applied for cryptocurrencies. So we are trying to fight for clarity and regulation now. We know there's a long road ahead. We know it's not going to happen overnight, but we just want to see cooperation. We want to see the ball starting to roll. We don't want to see, oh yeah, that's going to take a while, so we'll leave it. We need that clarity around the regulation, and we need it now at best, but we know that's not reasonable. We just need to get the ball rolling, see some movements in the right direction, and Coinbase are wanting to work with the regulators to create some regulation that allows the industry to continue to grow. We don't want to see regulation like what's happening right now, where it's not clear. Even Michael Saylor has said, look, it seems that the regulation is not clear on purpose. And now Binance have said, look, it seems like they want to hit the headlines. They did not want to negotiate before creating this big public lawsuit. They just want to be against cryptocurrencies. If we take a look at what's going on here, we continue to believe that the SEC could not be proceeding with litigation against our industry, like the case filed against us today, if the SEC had not already decided to deny our petition for rulemaking. We continue to believe that rules of the road from legislation or rulemaking or both must come before enforcement actions. As the legal officer insisted that Coinbase has the legal right to know the SEC's answer on rulemaking for digital assets. And Coinbase have been making a huge push to try and get clarity on regulation in the last couple of months, and I am all here for it. Before we continue with today's stream, please don't forget, as always, to like and subscribe and hit the bell notification button so you don't miss the latest cryptocurrency news every single day at 11, well, every single weekday at 11 or 12 a.m. BST time. We do these live streams. Now I think it's time to pick a winner from this giveaway, or should we wait till the end of the news? Who's excited? And let me know in the chat if you entered into the giveaway, if you dropped a screenshot on that tweet with your saying that you'd completed all of the courses. Somebody says, so much drama in the crypto world right now. I know, there's so much going on this week. It has been an exciting week. It's been a volatile week. It's been very choppy in the markets, but it's been nice to see some volatility again. It's not been nice to see the reasons behind the volatility, but Bitcoin was looking a bit boring and we've seen some action. I like seeing action in the crypto space, and we all knew this was going to happen. So we've been fighting for clarity on the regulation. We've not had it. We all knew something like this was down the line. We've now seen it all come to life. So now there's no more waiting, is there? We know what it is. We know that what the worst can be. And the other thing is, right, obviously Binance, Coinbase being sued, it's a horrible thing for the cryptocurrency industry, but we kind of knew it was going to happen. And now we've had FTX go down, we've had USD peg from the dollar and the Terra Luna ecosystem collapse. We've seen Voyager, we've seen so many companies no longer operating. They've all filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. We've seen all of these problems. So what else can go wrong? And this is what I keep saying. I mean, I know it would be very bad if Binance suddenly shut down and died like FTX. It would be very bad if Coinbase were to do so. But realistically, there's only so much more can go wrong in the cryptocurrency space, and we're not even at the lowest of the low. We're still sitting up. That was my timer to remind me to do the giveaway. We're still sitting up at what, $26,000, $26,600. We're not even at the bottom of the markets. We were down at $16, and we're still holding up this high despite these lawsuits this week. And so the markets are looking pretty strong. And to me, I'm thinking, surely, I mean, what else can go wrong here? I know there are some very severe problems that could still occur, but realistically, I'm feeling pretty positive now. I feel like if you're at rock bottom, you're at the bottom. The only way is up. Let's take a look at this next article anyway and see what's going on. So the US Treasury is willing to work with Congress to pass additional crypto regulation, according to Yellen. So they've said her department is willing to work with lawmakers in Congress to pass additional crypto regulation, and she also supported the CFTC and the SEC. So she said, I see some holes in the system where additional regulation I think would be appropriate, and we would like to work with Congress to see additional legislation passed. Our laws are already strong. The SEC, the CFTC, and other regulators have the ability and tools to protect consumers and investors, and I'm very supportive of seeing those agencies use the tools they have. So Yellen has then said that she could not comment on specifics regarding the ongoing approach of the SEC towards the crypto industry, however, believed that it's certainly appropriate that the SEC do that. So Congress needs to pass the Loomis-Gillibrand Responsible Financial Innovation Act, Senator Loomis. So that's what's happening in this article. If you haven't already, go over to cryptosavingexpert.com, press that big blue button at the top there and create an account. If you tick that box there as well, you get access to our newsletter every single Tuesday at 11 a.m. BST time. A huge amount of work goes into that. You can learn all about what's happened in the past week for crypto and all that's about to happen in the week of crypto. So make sure you don't miss out on getting that insight into the markets every single Tuesday just by signing up there completely for free. And then you get access to all of our brilliant courses there as well. As I was saying, let's do the giveaway. Let's do something exciting. Let's see what's going on right now. So as I was saying, we have this tweet here where we are doing a giveaway for people that have completed our liquid staking course in Crypto 101. This is a completely free course, and those that have completed it and seen this tweet have been sending screenshots showing that they have completed these courses. And when you complete courses on the Crypto Saving Expert website, by the way, you get a nice a certificate there as well. So a lot of people have showed their results. Some people have passed these courses. Some people have received merit. Shim is saying no doubt CSE is the best platform to learn. So it definitely is. You can learn everything you can think of about cryptocurrency. We're constantly updating those courses as well and we're teaching you right from the basics. We've got courses for beginners that are just looking to enter the cryptocurrency space. So if you've got friends that want to get into crypto, send them over to Crypto Saving Expert. And we've got those courses for people that have been in the industry for a while and they want to learn a little bit more, dive a little bit deeper, because I feel like in this day and age, there's so much information online now. You can learn so much about the financial industry, whether it's cryptocurrency, whether it's traditional finance, but we've gone from not having enough sources to having too many sources. There's so many things out there that it can just be so confusing. So we wanted to create a website that had structured courses so that you know that you're learning in a structured manner where you're not just going to get blurred vision from having too much, because you can feel so out of your depth when you're trying to learn about cryptocurrency for the first time. I know I definitely did. I was trying to learn from loads of different sources and it was just so overwhelming, but having a structured course plan is really, really helpful. So if you have people that want to get friends that want to get into crypto, send them over to Crypto Saving Expert completely for free. They're not at a loss, just spending some time researching the cryptocurrency industry. And we also have those courses for those that have been in the industry for a while as well, and they want to dive a little bit deeper and see what's going on. Anyway, so this is the tweet that we are talking about. Now I have picked a winner. Let me check what the winner was here. So the act of the winner, don't forget you've got 24 hours to claim your prize. Now, I need like a drum roll or something. I've not got one. I'll have to... It is Swanky Rich World. That is SWANKY Rich World. So if you are listening to this live stream or you're listening on playback, make sure to send us a message over on Twitter and you can win. Well, you have won that $100 giveaway, but you've only got 24 hours to claim that. And if you don't claim it, those of you that have not won, do not worry, because we will put that $100 into the next giveaway, and the next giveaway will then be worth $200. We're just going to keep rolling this up so the prize pool can get pretty big if people don't claim them. So you've got 24 hours from 12 o'clock on the 9th of June, or 10 past 12, I'll tell them. So message the Twitter profile at before 10 past 12 tomorrow to win your $100. And congratulations for finishing the course. I hope you enjoyed it. I mean, it seems that you did, because taking a look at the screenshots that you have sent in. Let's find the screenshots here. Swanky Rich World, here it is. Level 10 on the Crypto Saving Expert website. Pretty impressive. And they have completed the liquid staking course 100%, and the how to get into crypto. There's so many courses on the website. Honestly, guys, I really, really recommend checking it out. And thank you everyone who's saying congratulations to the guy. I hope he's watching right now. Let's take a look at the next one here and see what else is going on in the world of crypto. Let's stay up to date with the cryptocurrency news, and at the end of today's stream, we will be analysing the price of Bitcoin as well. So we have Circle hires former chairman of the CFTC as its chief legal officer. Now, this is a really good move by Circle. So Circle are the issuers of USDC stablecoin. And they have said, as we continue building a bridge between traditional finance and Web3, his perspective, legal acumen, and global regulatory experience will help us advance the utility value of USDC worldwide. And this is definitely a big step forward for them. Now, USDC have seen their wobbles this year. We did see when SVB had a wobble at the start of the year, USDC did depeg from the dollar and stay down for quite a few hours there. It has repegged to the dollar. Those funds were safe. Its deposits were safe. But we have seen some concerns there, and we now have this regulatory concern as well. And the regulators seem to be very concerned about stable coins as well as in the UK and in the US and in other regions. The term stable coin is something that regulators aren't too fond of because of the history in the last couple of years. Let's say UST depegged from the dollar, USDC had a bit of a wobble. Other stable coins, I mean, we call them stable coins, but they're not very good at sticking to their pegs sometimes. So getting somebody like this involved is a massive step forward in terms of regulation for them, which will hopefully help them create steady ground within the US. Let's take a look at the next article here. So UK authorities implement stricter rules for crypto advertising. We all knew this was coming. I mean, all of the regulation has got stricter and stricter and stricter since FTX collapsed in November 2022. And now we are seeing the UK Financial Conduct Authority, the FCA, introduce new rules to toughen crypto advertising in the country. Now, this is understandable. There's been some advertising in the UK that has been kind of borderline. Now, you have to be careful when advertising, so you can't kind of play on people's FOMO. There was a massive case in the UK because there was adverts on the underground in London and the tube, and it was like, did you miss this token? Did you miss out on making lots of money from this token? Well, try this token instead. And that was playing on people's FOMO, and that is something that is not allowed. So they're creating extra rules like that, like you can't play on people's FOMO, you've got to be careful. All of these rules they're just building up on because they want investors to be safe at the end of the day. Let's move on to the next one though. We have Tyco Labs raised $22 million to keep building its Ethereum equivalent ZKEVM. So big valuation there. If you are interested in this, make sure to go over to cryptosavingexpert.com. We've got 2 articles left, and then we'll be taking a look at the price of Bitcoin here. So make sure to hang in with us. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like and subscribe and press the bell notification button so you don't miss the latest cryptocurrency news. We have Australia's largest bank to decline certain crypto payments. Now, we have seen banks within Australia stepping back from working with BINANCE's Australia arm, and we can see here the CBA will take account of the effects of the just imposed measures while placing them under review. So Binance Australia have had some problems. And we are now seeing Australia's largest financial institution, the Commonwealth Bank of Australia, will start declining or temporarily holding certain types of payments made to cryptocurrency exchanges as part of new measures to fight scams. Now, that is going to deter a lot of people in Australia away from the cryptocurrency space. They don't want their money to be held for a period of time or declined. People want to know that they can have that speedy fiat on and off ramp, and if they don't get that, it could stifle adoption in the region for a period of time until something is done about this. Let's take a look at the final article here. So Solana risks dipping to $16 despite the Solana Foundation saying it is not a security. Now, Solana has had such a rough ride in the last couple of months. I mean, FTX had a huge amount of Solana on its balance sheet, which dumped the price of Solana completely. It fell through the floor when FTX collapsed. And now it's been named as a security on these lawsuits with Coinbase and Binance. I mean, give the guys a break. They've built this new impressive technology. The actual technology behind Solana is a really, really interesting one with its proof of history. It's very exciting. It was a new technology. This is something I managed to get into early and create lots of nice gains from. I took some nice profits in the bull market. And then since then, it's just been battered and bruised. So they have been labeled as a security, and now we have lower price predictions for Solana. In fact, if we take a look at Solana on the Crypto Saving Expert website, I could show you what I'm talking about here. So if we take a look at cryptosavingexpert.com, we can see here on the daily chart, if we look back, this dump here is when FTX collapsed. That was the dump that we saw from that. And now they've been accused of being a security. In fact, if they are a security, they're an unregistered security. People are just kicking it while it's down. I mean, this is a project that I was so on board with. I was so excited about the technology and the way they'd created this proof of history instead of proof of work, proof of stake, or working alongside these different consensus mechanisms. And now it's just been completely destroyed. Now, fair enough, when this first happened, when FTX collapsed, I was pretty sure that was dead. I mean, I'm not an investor in Solana anymore. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. I just thought with a blow like that, it's going to be so hard to come back. We were seeing projects moving from the Solana network into other networks like Ethereum. So we were seeing projects migrate onto other networks because the future of Solana was looking a little bit dull. And now with it being named as a security, who knows what's going to happen? So very turbulent times within the markets this week, to say the least. Let's take a look at the price of Bitcoin and see what's happening here. So we are currently sat at $26,600 at that previous level of resistance that I've been talking about here on the channel for a while now. We are currently seeing if it's going to be acting as a support. If it is, we could be in for some lower prices. Let's take a look at the BTC USD chart with Bitstamp here, so we can take a look at the daily chart. You can see we have some levels of resistance there, currently set at 27,250, and we have a level of support here, which we have used multiple times. We've used it as a resistance here, and then support. That is currently set at around 25,580. Now this is a descending wedge, which has a higher probability of moving to the breaking to the upside. You would be happy to know, so there's a higher probability that the resistance will break before the support, and we could see a nice move to the upside there. So we do need to keep out. We do need to be cautious, but overall, probability is in our favor. If we take a look at the previous prices back here as well, down in August 2022, you can see that we have this really nice level of resistance here. So this is between the $24,500 to the $25,200 level. That's acted like a resistance before. If I zoom out, this is going to be so much clearer. Here on the August 2022 and February 2023, if we can now use that as a level of support, that is when I'm going to feel a lot better about the space. And now I am on the team of, if we take a look, I'm gonna keep waffling about this, because if you're into the 4-year cycles, that is something I'm into. I am fully on board with the trend as your friend until the end. I have been on the opinion that things are going to change, things are going to be different this time, and that's just burnt me over and over again. So I am fully on board, in my own opinion, that history rhymes, and when we have these 4-year cycles, I'm not trading against those 4-year cycles until the trend breaks. So if we take a look at the Bitcoin halving here, because this is really what pulls in these 4-year cycles. If we take a look at this, did I click that? Did it come? It's just loading, I think. If we take a look at the weekly chart here, we can see that with these 4-year cycles, after a Bitcoin halving, we typically see a new all-time high. Now, we don't typically see a new all-time high prior to a Bitcoin halving. We've already had our Bitcoin halving this year. We've now experienced this bear market, or are experiencing this bear market, depending what side of the battle you are on here. I think we've experienced the bear market. So I don't think we're going to see a new all-time high until after the next Bitcoin halving, which is in April 2024. In fact, if we put a line on here, we can see that's around this time here. So we do have some time to go. And the current all-time high is up at around $70,000 here from back in October 2021, the good old days. So we can see here, we do have, I kind of look at this and I kind of see some sort of cap on how much growth we can see within the next couple of months, and I look to the downside as well, and I see some sort of cap on how much we can fall as well. So I think we're trapped inside this interesting range here where we can see some volatility and we can see some movement, but I'm not expecting us, personally, I'm not expecting us to break that trend just yet, because it's not broken before, so I've got no reason to believe that it's going to break right now. Now, May be completely wrong. The 4-year cycles might go completely out the window. We might see an all-time high before the next Bitcoin halving. But I would be very, very fearful in that scenario, because then I would be in the unknown. And I like to look at the history. I like to look at the probabilities. I like to look at the likelihood of history repeating itself. And I like to follow those lines. And then if we were to see a new all-time high now, all my analysis would go out the window. I would not like that. So I'm very happy with seeing us trot along in this price range. If we go back to the 4-hour chart here, in the daily chart here on the shorter time frames, you can see we have that major level of previous resistance at 24.5 to 25.2. And we can see here that we are in this descending wedge. So we may see some volatility. In fact, we will see some volatility before April 2024. But I'm just not expecting exponential gains like we saw at the start of this year. And it still amazes me every single day that when we look at this, the markets were so negative in December. It hit midnight on the 31st of December and everyone was just bullish to the moon and the whole industry changed. It was amazing to see. So I'm not expecting something like this or like this any time before the Bitcoin halving, or not to that extent. I mean, we do have a big window to go to get an all-time high. We still have big gains. So there is still big opportunity within this space, but I just think the real thing will hit after the Bitcoin halving in April 2024. So that's what I'm excited for, and that's what I'm accumulating for. But as I said, nothing is financial advice. I've probably gone into a little bit too much detail there for this channel. If you want to stay up to date with the latest cryptocurrency news, please don't forget to give us a like and a follow and press the bell notification button so you don't miss the latest cryptocurrency news. I've just read your comment, Randy. Thank you very much for listening into that. I was a bit nervous on that one because I like to stick in my own lane, but it was a good stream, wasn't it? Let's take a look now. That's all we have today, really. So please don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure, if you haven't already, go to our Twitter at CryptoSavingExp and make sure to enter these giveaways in the future. Also, I've been posting reels and TikToks on Instagram and TikTok at CryptoSavingExpert. So give us a follow on all social media. I would appreciate it so much. The more follows we have, the more likes we have, the more comments we have, the more we show up in the algorithm, the more people we can get involved in the cryptocurrency space, and the more we can drive adoption. And that is what we all want to see at the end of the day. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all back here tomorrow.